We have seen how to create a list, how to access a particular index value in a list, and how to update the existing index values. We can also slice this entire list as per our requirement. So let's see what is slicing first. So slicing is nothing but using the indices to slice off parts of the list. Syntax is as we have a variable to which we want to assign the sliced list, and then we get this list variable which we already have a list in it, and then mention the indexes from which up to which index number we want to slice this list. Let's see this in an example to get a more clarity. Here we already have created a list of weekdays where zeroth index is Monday and index number 6 is Sunday. Now let's try to slice this week where we will only have Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So let's create a variable called as part week equal to weeks square bracket. Let's say the Tuesday is at index number 1 and Thursday is at index number 2. Now let's try to print this part with, and just as a simplicity and for information, let's print weeks 2. Let's run our program. Python slice list.py, and here we can see that we have weeks from Monday to Sunday. When we slice from 1 to 3, we were expecting it to have Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, but it starts with Tuesday, which is exactly what we wanted, but it only have Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday is not included, which means the starting index number is inclusive, whereas the ending index is an exclusive, or in other words, we can say that the index, the starting index from where we indicate from here, we want to get all the elements and up to, but not included, the last element. So to have Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday as part of the part week, we should make it 4. Let's see the output now. Python slice list, and yes, it is correct. That means it starts with the first index and up to the last index that we have given, it is able to slice the entire list and give us the values. So what if we want to take the element starting from the 0th index up to, let's say, 5th, and let's see the output of this. Let's run our program, and it gives elements starting with the 0th index, which is Monday, and up to Friday. Now we can actually omit that the starting index. So let's see that. What if we omit this and just have 5 as the last index? Now let's see the output, whether it is exactly similar to what we have. Let's run our program, and yes, here you can compare the earlier output and this latest output. Both the outputs are exactly same. So we can either include the starting index, which is 0 index, or we can just omit that, which indicates that we want to start from the 0th index up to the element that we have specified. Like here, we wanted to start with the first initial index or the first index, which is index number 0, and up to the 5th index. Hence, we just omitted that. Now, let's see whether it is possible to exclude the last index and start with the, let's say, index number 2. And if we exclude this, let's see what is the output. Let's run our program, Python slice list.py. Now here we mentioned about index number 2, which is Wednesday, and we omitted the last index that we want to slice up to, and hence it started with Wednesday and included all the elements up to the last element, which is Sunday. And hence we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What if we exclude both? Let's see the output. Let's run our program, Python slice list. So here you can see if we exclude both, it is as good as saying we want to print the entire list. Now let's say by mistake, I include the last up element up to which I want to slice this list as the element index which does not exist. Like in this case, index number 8 doesn't exist. So we want to print from, or we want to slice this entire week's list from second index up to index number 8. And let's see what happens. Let's run our program, Python slice list.py. And here we can see that instead of giving any kind of error, interpreter started with index number 2, which is Wednesday, and included all the elements till the last element. And then since the 8th index doesn't exist, it has not given any error. It just gave that value as it is to the variable and we can print it. So we saw how can we slice a list from a starting index up to the index that we are interested into. But what if we give starting index as a negative value? Let's see that. Let's say I create a part week equal to weeks, and let's say I start from negative index up to, let's say, 7. Let's print this part week. Let's run our program, Python negative slice list.py, and here we can see that when we give -2 as a value, it started with the second last element and went up to the last element and gave us the sliced list. So we saw how can we use negative index as a starting, but what if we use negative index as the ending value as well? Let's say -2, and let's see the output. Let's run our program. It gives nothing. Okay, what if we change that -2 to -1? Let's change this to -1. Let's execute our program again. Python negative slice list. It gives Saturday. So we started with the -2 index, which is Saturday, and went up to -1 index, which is Sunday. So obviously the last index that we want to go up to is not included, hence we got Saturday. But when we had -2 as a starting index and the -2 up to which we wanted to print the values, there is no output here because we wanted it to start at Saturday and end at Saturday up to the Saturday, which is no result or no value can be taken in between those. Hence, there was no result earlier. We saw how to slice this list from starting index up to the index that we want to. But we can also slice this list based on the strategy where we can have some alternate elements of the list. So let's see an example. Let's say I say part week equal to weeks, and we want to slice it from the start up to the last element, and we want to have every element starting from one, basically the first element. Let's see the print value, say part weeks, and here I'm going to print the entire week just for comparison. Now let's run our program, Python alternate slice.py, and we got exact same list. There is no difference. This list is given as it is. Let's try to change this 1 to 2 and see what happens. Let's run our program, Python alternate slice list. And here we can see that when we said we want to start from 0th index up to the last index, but we want to consider every second element. So it has started with Monday. Tuesday is completely ignored, you can see here, and Wednesday is put. Then Thursday is ignored and Friday is included. Saturday is ignored and Sunday is included. So every alternate element is included in the new list and then we can use it. Now let's make this 2 let's say 5, and let's print it. Let's execute our program, Python alternate slice list. Here we can see that it started with 0th index, continued up to Sunday, but we are saying every 5th element. Hence, after Monday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saturday is the 5th element, hence it has included Saturday. After Saturday, there is Sunday and then least ends. Hence, we only got Monday and Saturday. What if we mention a particular index? Let's say 1 up to 6 every alternate or every second element. And let's see the output now. Let's run our program, Python alternate slice list. So we can see that we started with index number 1, which is Tuesday, and every second element. So after Tuesday, Wednesday is ignored, and Thursday is the second element, hence Thursday is included. After Thursday, Friday is ignored, and the Saturday is included. After Saturday, there is Sunday, but least ends there. Hence, we only got Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So this is how we can slice a list based on the starting index up to the last index, and we can skip few of the elements as per our need. Now let's see if we put this skipped element as a negative value, what happens. So let's make it -2, and now let's run our program. Let's run our program, Python alternate slice list, and here we can see that it gives an empty list. Now why we got that empty list? The reason being, we are saying that we want to start with index number 1 up to index number 6, which is from Tuesday to Sunday, but Sunday not included, and we want to have it in the negative order of every alternate. So that's not possible because we are asking it to start from Tuesday up to Sunday, which means we can say we want it to include from Tuesday to Saturday, but go in negative order. That's not possible, and hence we got an empty list. Now let's say we say minus. So we want to start from the negative index, which is Sunday, up to the 6th. Let's change it to let's say 2, and every alternate. Let's see whether it gives a proper result. So let's run our program, Python alternate slice list, and yes, so we got a list which includes Sunday and Friday. Why? The reason is we are asking it to start with -1, which is the last element, that is Sunday, and go up to the index number 2, and we want every alternate weekdays, which means Sunday, then Saturday is ignored, Friday, and then Thursday, but 2 is the last element up to which we want to continue, hence Wednesday is ignored. Now this comes really handy when we want to print or use this list in a reverse order, where instead of mentioning starting and ending, we say -1. So the starting and ending is ignored and we are saying -1. Let's see what is the output. So let's run our program, Python alternate slice list. And here we can see that we had a list Monday to Sunday. We mentioned only the skipping part, which is -1. So it has started with Sunday automatically and gave us a list in exact reverse order. Now let's see what if we make that -1 to -2. So let's make it -2 and let's see the output. Let's run our program, Python alternate slice list. And here we can see that it still started with Sunday, which is the last element, but it has excluded the one element in between. So basically it started with Sunday and it went to the Friday, then Wednesday and Monday. So Saturday, Thursday and Tuesday are completely ignored. So we got list which is in reverse order, but every alternate element of the list. So this is how you can slice a list from particular starting point up to the end point, or you can also get the list in the reverse order. The list processing is similar to what we do with the strings. since strings is nothing but a collection of a characters or a list of characters. Hence, all these things can be applied on a string. So let's see how can we do that.